Oh my God, look at that shit on YouTube. Jesus Christ. They were not built like that when I was growing up. Jesus God Almighty. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Hey. Hi. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish friends out there. I do not care what people think. I will say Happy Hanukkah to whoever I want. That's right. Hey, all right, we're good. I just wanted to make sure I could hear my voice. So, last night was a bit of a clusterfuck. So let me explain what happened, what went down real quickly in case you missed it. Well, first of all, welcome all my beautiful aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the Airplane Show. This new episode here on Thursday, Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th. Can't forget what happened in Pearl Harbor, that's for sure. So last night, I was all excited. I was very excited because this here jet, this G2, the screens were working in the black hole. So I was like, well, maybe they'll work with all the world scenery. Sure enough, it worked for about 10 minutes and then it went out. Same thing with the TBM. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and erase parts of the world scenery that I don't want. Let me erase all the photogrammetry. Let me do this. Let me do that. So I did all this and that, and then I could not get back into the simulator. I guess because I must have deleted something that I wasn't supposed to delete. Maybe. I don't know. So anyways, I wound up having to erase. Uninstall the whole damn thing. So, my Xbox was on pretty much all night last night, downloading the sim again. So now I do not have any of the scenery packs. Top Gun, Spotlight, and all the world scenery packs are still here waiting for me to click on them. I am not doing any of them or using these realistic lights. I don't know if that's causing an issue as well, but anyway, so we're going to try again with this G2 plane. And I am let me look at it. Just let me look at just one thing on traffic. Okay, that could be part of the issue right there. Let's put this down to like 30%. And yeah, let's put all this down. Let's put all this down to, let's just do 25. That might have been part of the issue. Sorry, I didn't realize this was well, it would make sense, I guess, since I uninstalled everything last night. I guess it doesn't keep a lot of these settings. All right, let's put all to everything. Leave the guns, alcohol, and everything. Leave it all alone. You devils. All right, and okay, that's good. Let's save that. All right, data. We'll leave that off. We'll leave that off. We'll leave that on. And all that is good. Okay, very good. Very good. All right, that's good. And let's make sure it's still on sim whatever. Yeah, sim rate. All right, that's good. And let's make sure ATC is turned on for tonight. So piloting. Yep, ATC is on there. Oh, hey, I gotta check one more thing. And ATC voice. Okay, very good. All right. So with that said, now I'm not going to use real time tonight because it's dark. It's dark o'clock out there in Arizona, where we're going to be taking off from. So let's just set this for like early morning. We're going to do an early morning flight from Sedona, Arizona to Denver. All right, let's just do that. Oops. Okay, very good. Damn it, Greg. Jesus, man. Okay, let's go to Sedona, Arizona. Let's try this again. Like we did last night. I'm hoping... So I played it on my tablet earlier, and the screens were fine on the G2. Now, that was streaming from the cloud service, you know, with all the world packs and, you know, so who knows? But it worked okay. I mean, like, I did a test flight from this airport earlier, and it seemed to be okay. So let's see what happens this time around. Because this plane is, like, if we can get this plane to work, this plane is amazing. All the stuff that they got inside this plane is nuts. So much more than any other plane. It's very similar. Like, a lot of planes are similar with what it does on the inside, but this plane does some things that blows it away. I'm like, oh my god! Like, I was stunned last night at some of the shit that this stuff has. Hope the screens work. Hopefully now that we got airport traffic and all that shit, and you know, fake time and no world packs. I'm hoping that shit all works now. Sounds so awesome. All right, let's turn the engines on so we're not wasting battery. Let's see if it'll bring in our flight plan. God, that is so dope. Golly, this plane is amazing. Let's see if it brought in the whole thing. Everything but the landing, I'm sure. Yep, Cochrane, Cortez, HBU, Grip. Yeah, man, it did. All right, let's put the approach in. We're doing the RNAV, setting up for the RNAV Z approach. Well, I guess, no, we're not doing runway 7. We're supposed to be doing runway 26. RNAV, Y, LPV. Well, if that's the only one available, I guess we'll do that. And I didn't really want to do fuzz, though. Let's see if they have any of the other landings. Let's see what the ILS one is, because I really wasn't trying to use fuzz. I got to use fuzz on that one too. I have a different one that I chose on Navigraph. Hang on one second, guys. right, I'm looking at Navigraph right now, and Navigraph is saying that runway 26 is not being used right now. So why don't we switch things up a little bit? We can actually do this together. Let's see if we can do this together here, because we can pull up charts on this bitch here. So as long as the screens are working, let's see what we can pull up here. Sorry, I had a phone call come in. I had to take that phone call. That's why it was. That's why I didn't hear my voice for a couple of minutes. Come on, charts. There's charts available. Let's go, bitch. Come on. All right, let's do KDEN. So we might have to change a couple of things here. Let's see if we can do our arrival with other runways. All right, so let's go to arrival and okay. Powder. Looks like we can do with pretty much any runway. So the runways that are being used right now are, so let's get rid of the ILS landing that I have, and let's look at what runways do they have available right now. Let's go to approaches, and we have ILS 34 left. 34 left is one of the ones that's being used, and we have 34. What about 34 right? Okay, which one's right and left here? So what if we did 34 left? Let's choose 34 left. All right, so we're going to choose 34 left, and let's look at the chart for runway 34 left. Probably choose a different arrival though too. All right, so let's do the ILS for 34 left. I wasn't planning on having to change this. I thought everything would be cool, but I guess Navigraph has different information right now. So, all right, we're probably gonna let's choose a different arrival too. We're going to do Eldora for our ILS landing. There's my iPad. Works. All right, and let's see what other arrivals. They should have an arrival that goes to Eldora. They have a lot. Okay, looks like Larks. Okay, so risk. All right, we're gonna have to change our flight plan here a little bit. But let's do this. Let's get out of. Let's quit the simulator real quick, and we'll redo the flight. Let's revamp. Let's reset. Risk. Let me just finish this here. Okay, let's do this together because this iPad's really slow, and I want to keep you guys involved as much as I can. Getting old, bitch. Oh my God, it's tough to bend over sometimes. Don't get old. Don't get old. That's my advice. Anybody ask my advice? Uncle Greg said, "Don't get old." All right, aviation. Graph charts. we're going to build this real quick on Navigraph and then go back into SimBrief and do all that. All right, let's change this here. Night mode. The reason I'm doing it, I want to do it on SimBrief is I want to be able to bring it in to the flight. So, all right, so from here we can take let's get rid of this landing. And let's get rid of risk. That's a crazy amount of landings, Jesus. All right, Eldora. Looks like it is just Larks. We can pick up Larks from there. Larks has a lot of spots you can pick up from. Okay. So we have RSK. Nope, not Puebla. Where's Lopec at? Probably do Lopec. Is there a highway that intersects with that? No highway that intersects with that. Oh, we could do HBU Larks. And then we can kind of keep the original, plan. Try that. Add that to the route. Oh, no, I don't want, never mind. Never mind. All right, we'll stick with the one we had then, that Eldora one before. All right, so it was this one here. Well, look at that. Where does T-Bar pick up from? Now let's get rid of HBU and see where it goes. Yeah. You took it. But then it's in the bag on the table with the medicine downstairs. Okay, so we got T-Bar. I don't want to do T-Bar. Where did Larks go? All right, Larks, RSK is what we did before. T-Bar. Okay. And we can pick up from here. We'll go here. Put that before RSK. And we can take this highway up to RSK. So that's J44. So let's plug that in. INW to J44. Should be okay on that airway. Take a look at the airway here in a second. Got 18,000 feet there, so I don't know if that's maximum or minimum. Let's see if we can click on it. It's not letting us click on it. J44 anywhere else. Find it? Okay. Okay, minimum, maximum. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's unload this and let's put it into SimBrief. And then we will be able to upload it into our Cirrus. It's pretty cool. You can upload it right to it, man. It's pretty cool. All right, dispatch. Go to, we can edit our last one. No reason to input everything. We can just edit this one. All right, share. Got 34 left. No reason to bring anything new. We're going to type it in. All right, so biter, INW, A44, RSK, and then Larks 3. Let's analyze this. Now we can generate it. That's good. Now let's import. All right, very good. And let's select our Dora. Thought it. Oh boy. Why is it going to FQ there? That's crazy. All right, fuck it. I don't care. Because the chances of the screen staying on that long anyways is slim to none. So fuck it. Let's just go. The chances of the screens being on that long are slim to none. So let's just roll out. Autobots, roll out. All right. All right, let's go, bitch. All right, let's let that battery marinate for a minute. Let's go ahead to my iPad and MFD, MFD, full screen. All right, let's do this one here. Import it. And let's go to procedures. Oh, it didn't do the arrival. Okay. All right, well, the approach is going to be ILS 34 left. And we are doing the Eldora transition. Minimums for this are probably 200 as usual, but let's see what it says. It says 100. All right, 100. Enter. Let's load. Let's put our arrival in. No, not VNAV, bitch. Come on. Put our arrival in. Arrival is Larks. It's supposed to be Larks 3, but I guess Larks 2 will work. And we are doing the RSK. And we're doing runway 34 left. Very good. Load. Okay, and we should have... Oh yeah, that's all done. Okay, very good. So let's click done here. Put our cruising altitude as early as we can. So we'll put our cruising altitude here. And according to SimBrief, that would be probably 29,000 feet again. Yep. Flight level 290. Level 290. All right, enter. Okay, that's all done. Let's come up here to here and put in the correct amount of fuel and make sure our takeoff. So we need 601 for fuel. That's close. And our takeoff weight is, I think it's maxed out actually. I think it's 2772. Yeah, it is. All right, there we go. Landing weight needs to be 23. Oh, our maximum landing weight is 2517. We should be at 2399 according to this. So, okay, very good. So that's all done. Now let's come over here to utilities, weight and fuel. Let's see if it'll allow us to fuel weight, payload. Okay, we're good. All right, that's fine. And performance, let's set up our speed bugs now that we have our takeoff. Put all them on. And I think we are all set, my friends. So we got 5 miles. That's good. Let's put our altitude. I don't think we have any constraints on the takeoff. Let me see, actually. Go to charts. Go to departure and biter. All right, so we have no constraints with the takeoff. All right, that's good. So back to map. Very good. Let's turn some oxygen on. Turn the bleed on. Let's turn our engine on. Set this for 26,000 feet. And let's turn on our flight director. Let's click nav. I'm expecting any minute for these screens to kick off, by the way, just so you know. Like, I'm anticipating it, but maybe I'll be wrong. All right, let's lower our flaps. We're going to set up a couple things with the speed when we get to the holding point on the runway. So, all right, parking brake is released. Give me 1 second. Let's set our trim. Take off. All right, that's close enough. All right, let's go, bitch. And this thing got a better turning radius than some cars. Not really a checklist needed with this one. Our little Giga Chad co-pilot, Mitch he can bite it, but we don't really need him on this flight. Other flights we kind of need him, sort of. I don't know. I like doing those built-in checklists. I kind of don't always need them, but I kind of like using them anyways. And it's part of the sim, so why not use it? Whoa, 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 Greg, whoa, whoa. Slow your roll, Greg. Come on, man. Hoping that since we have live time off, we have live weather on, but I'm hoping now that we have live time off and none of the world scenery packs, I'm really hoping that this shit will stay on the whole time. All the map detail is off. Very good. Let's go to our flight plan. All right, let's roll, baby. Let's put on our landing lights. We don't need our ice lights on. Oh, I did want to do something else. Shit. Hang on a second. That's right. We have this down here. We're going to do FMS, and we're going to do auto speed. That way, when we put our autopilot on, we have auto throttle, and it's going to follow what the FMS, schedules. Says we're supposed to do. Rotate. Gear up. Flaps up. Alright, let's put our autopilot on. Let's put flight level control. Auto throttle is now on. You can see we're now in climb mode. It also has the AT here for auto throttle. So now we're going to follow our flight, the FMS system for our speeds. It has FMS here and auto throttle there. Sync up our heading, which we should have did before. Zoom in a little bit. I've heard that it's best to keep this like 5 miles or less for the maps, so that's where I plan on keeping it. I didn't actually hear it, I read it. So it was on the Flight FSK's or Flight FK's website, or whatever the hell they're called. Flight FSK, I think. I think this plane has 26 liveries available. I think it said it was 26. It's crazy. Let's turn off our landing lights. What's the outside temperature right now? 4 degrees, so pretty close to icing. When that drops a couple more degrees, we'll turn the icing on. This plane is so cool, man. I love the fact that it's got that engine just like sitting there on top, man. Reminds me of I forget what sports car used to put their. They had like air intakes that looked like engines on the top of their cars. It was, I think was it a British car? Spiker, something curved. Spiker. I forget. It was something like that. All right, we've dropped a couple more degrees. Let's go ahead and put some icing protection on. Check our METAR information again. Let's see if they have it on the bottom here. They sure do. Yep, still the same altimeter. All right. Get the cruising altitude, I'll speed up the simulator a bit. Hopefully that won't have any kind of negative impact on the engines. Not the engines. Negative impact on the screens. It's got a pretty good climb rate, man, for a little engine that it has. Massive fins on the back, man. Airport down there. You can see the lights from the runway kind of flashing a little bit here and there. Well, so good. Weighed at 26,000 feet in our little sports car, our little Fiat airplane. I'm amazed that the screens are still on. It's hard for me to believe that the world scenery would have that much of an impact on planes. That, especially when you're not flying in that part of the world. Like, I don't know, man. It's just weird to me. I believe this is going to be the last turn of our departure. I think this is the last leg of our departure. Oh no, we have one more after this one. We go up to Biter, and then we pick up the highway. We'll manage speed mode. This plane's got manual references or speed references from the FMS. That's what we have on. And we have auto throttle on. So when you have auto throttle on and you click FLC, it brings you, foot controller. Keeps you does its best to keep you at that speed the whole time you're ascending or descending. The flight management system says 165 is our best rate of climb, so that's what we're doing. And we're making our last turn on our standard instrument departure. Our way at 26,000 feet. This plane has a ceiling of like 30 or 31,000. But SimBrief calculated 26,000 feet, so that's what we'll try. We're gonna get ready and click standard pressure. On standard barometric pressure. It's a little brighter outside. Oh, I did PM. No wonder. We'll do this. Let's say G2 on one of those wings, on those fins. I could have sworn I saw that when I was looking at the livery before. Oh well. Maybe it was on maybe it was on a different livery. I looked at like almost all the liveries before I chose this one. This is the second one in the lineup. The first one looks like the space shuttle, and then they have this one, and then they got like 20 some other ones. And then when we get up to our cruising altitude, we'll go ahead. And speed up the sim a little bit. So 2 or 3 times speed if we can. But we can definitely do 2. That shouldn't be an issue. 3 sometimes is an issue. 3 times speed, just because it depends on how windy it is. If it's really windy, it could knock the autopilot system out of whack and deactivate the autopilot, and then now you're going 3 times speed with a plane that's hard to control, and so we'll see what happens. We'll definitely do 2 times. Sync up our heading. On our way to Denver, hopefully we'll see a lot of those fields with all the circles. I was chatting with somebody the other night while I was flying. Somebody was chatting in the live chat about how crazy it is, like when you fly over the Midwest and a lot of these states out Western America, just how many perfect circles there are on the ground. It's like thousands of them. Perfect squares, perfect rectangles, perfect circles. It's crazy. pretty close to our cruising altitude. Hopefully what I'm getting ready to do is not going to screw up the screens, but I want to look at something. So I really hope that this does not mess anything up. Arrival. And we're doing, let's see, I think Larks 3. See here. Look at Navigraph and see what we're doing here. Yeah, we're picking up RSK, and then we have Larks 3, and we're doing runway 34 left, and we're picking up Eldora. Eldora is down here. So where do we need to... Where do we need to drop out of our arrival to get to Eldora? Let's see here. Looks like Larks is the last waypoint that we can do. So it looks like this one here is the last waypoint we can do before we begin our approach. Because then we'll make a right and pick up Larks. All right, very good. So anything after Larks, we need to make sure we get rid of on our flight plan. So here's the approach that we're doing tonight. This one here. Well, I mean, they're pretty much identical, but so we're picking up Eldora here and taking it in for our landing. Now, full screen. Let's go to our flight plan. God, I hope none of this messes anything up. And we're almost at our altitude. Yeah, we need to get rid of this FQF. Let's see if we click on it, we can remove the waypoint. All right, well, that was easy. I thought at Larks we needed to be at a certain altitude. Let's see here. Yeah, Larks we need to be at 17,000 feet. So let's plug that in. At 17,000. All right, and then you could be at 250 knots. Low 250 knots. Okay, that's good. Any other constraints we need to set up? Nope. Let's look at our landing. See if there's anything we need to set up there, which I thought there was. Eldora is 13,000 feet mandatory. Okay, yeah, they have the correct one in there for Eldora. And let's look at COGGG. 10,000 feet. Yep, that's good. All right, so yeah, everything else looks good. Very nice. We got a little over an hour until the top of our descent. So let's finish making this little turn, and then we'll speed up the sim and see what happens. Hopefully nothing bad will happen. Hoping, since I have the auto throttle on, hopefully I don't need to do anything, like, you know what I'm saying, like move the thrusters. Hopefully it'll take care of it all. If we gotta move it, we'll move it. All right, let's speed up and see what happens. Let's go N1, push up 1, push up 2. See what happens with 2 times speed. Might do another flight tonight since I haven't done much this week. See how this flight shakes out. I probably will do another one. I'll probably do like I don't know, maybe the Dreamliner or 737. I don't know. I want to do maybe like a jet. I would love to do the 747, but I really wish that tablet was working. It bothers me that there's stuff in these planes that you can't operate, like in the Cessna Longitude. It's got a heads-up display system built right into it. You can't use it. Like, why model it on the airplane if you can't use it? Like a big cock tease. For those of y'all who don't know what a cock tease is, it's when a really beautiful girl gets naked, shakes her stuff right in front of you, and then just walks away forever. That's a cock tease. She teasing one of your brains. She be teasing one of our brains. Well, even at 2x speed, it's still going to take a little while. What's good, chooser? Sorry, I couldn't see my chat for a second. Happy Thursday, y'all. I'm excited that these screens are still on. It's been a struggle recently, but hey, man, I love this plane. I used to fly the shit out of this plane on X-Plane. And now they got it on Microsoft, man. But this is like X-Plane on steroids, this version. We're at 2x speed right now. Fast forwarding this flight a little bit. really want to do 3x speed and see if this plane. Well, let's go one more speed up. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it starts fucking with the plane. All right, now I'm in 3x. You notice the plane's like moving a lot more, like swaying and shit. Like, it really makes me nervous when doing this, but keep it on for another few seconds and see what happens. Yeah, it's starting to bounce around a lot. Let's leave it on 2x. Something about going over something about going over 2x. Just these planes just bounce around and bounce around, and it just makes me so nervous that the autopilot's going to kick off. A lot of interesting terrain flying from Arizona into Colorado. Oh, here we go. Here's some circles. Here come the circles. Look at all of these circles in this one little area. Perfect pie pieces taken out. You know, perfect less than signs. Look at all these circles. How does that happen? Unless it's alien. It's got to be alien ships, or I don't know, alien. It's got to be alien something. Look, another with the perfect pie piece taken out. Nuts. This is all over the Midwest. A lot of them have those little dirt roads that go right in exactly into the center of it. It's crazy. I've never been able to figure out like what causes it. On here, 30 minutes. Oh shit, we gotta slow down. Back to regular speed. We're getting ready to make a turn. Turns over. Let's sync up our heading. And let's go in again for 2 times speed. We'll stay in 2x until we get about 10 minutes out from the top of our descent. At that point, we'll put in our altitude that we need to descend to first. Click the VNAV button, and you see this airplane will do its thing. I have live time off, but I do have live weather. So it's really dark when you fly over the Midwest like this at nighttime, and you can't see anything. And part of the reason I like this simulator is because it's got really cool, it's like real Earth almost underneath of us, you know? Oh, excuse me. I've been playing that new SimWorld build game. It's on the Game Pass for free. That game, surprisingly, a lot of fun to play, man. It's a lot to remember while you're playing it. Like all the different character types and different items you got to mine for, and buildings that you have to have near each other. To keep the robots happy and shit. I mean, it's an interesting concept for a game. I like it. I thought it was going to be a lot more like City Skylines, but in some ways it is, But it's a pretty cool game. I've been enjoying it. The only thing I don't really like about the game is that every map that you choose, it's the same story. It's just a different background. That to me, like, it would be cool if the different maps had like different characters or different story arc, something like that. But other than that, I mean, it's been a lot of fun to play. Wow. So imagine all this was underground, underwater at one point. That's crazy. Good day to you, sir. My Giga Chad co-pilot handling the comms like a champ. We're getting close to where we can go back to regular speed. So, a couple more real minutes and we'll turn off speed and ready for our descent. We gotta plug in frequency, we gotta plug in force. Alright, let's turn off the speed. So let's go 1 back and 2 back. Should be in regular speed. What is our first? So we got 20,600. Let's plug in 17,000. Oh man, it's starting to get choppy. I don't like that. My internet connection, I should not be getting choppiness. Last time I ran a speed check before I started tonight, I was at like 1 gigabyte per second down, a 1 gigabyte download speed. Like, it's crazy. All right, let's go down to 17,000 feet. Let's click VNav. Follow the path. And now let's go ahead and why don't we bring up the landing chart on the screen here, as long as our screens are, fingers crossed, still working. Let's go to approach and category 2 and 3. Have 111.9, so let's plug that in. Oh, it's already got it in there. 111. Oh yeah, that's right. It does it automatically. That thing, I mean, I kind of understand why it does it because it's such a high-tech cockpit, but it would be nice if it didn't really do it. I kind of would like to plug that in on my own, but whatever. All good. All right, let's put nav1 bearing on. So we'll get an idea of where we're at. And let's go into heading mode real quick. Sync up our heading. Go ahead and let me pause this real quick because I need to figure out where our course button is. All right, we need to go. All right, we need to plug in a course of 353. Oh, there's our course knob right here. That's easy. .53. Very good. So now that's all set. Let's go back to FMS. We can take ourselves out of pause. We can go back into navigation mode. And let's see here. Yeah, we got 100 for our decision altitude. And our glide scope capture point looks like it's at 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet is our glide scope capture point. So eventually we're going to be tuning our nav down to 7,000. Transition still 18,000. All right, very good. So let's back out of this. Let's go on map mode. All right. We got about 10 minutes to the top of our descent, so now we're all set for our landing. Now that we got everything set up, let's speed up just a little bit. Let's go 2 times speed again now that we're all set for the top of our descent. Pretty cool livery. I kind of like this one. I think it's called anthracite, I think is what they called it. Shuttle one is still my favorite. It looks almost like a space shuttle, the way they have it colored and the way they have the black trim around it. It's pretty cool, actually. Oh no, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, it's turning on its own. Shit. I was like, I thought I turned the autopilot off for a second. I was like, what the hell's going on? All right, let's turn this off now. 1 back, 2 back. Now I'm wondering, in some planes, when you have the VNAV set, it'll put the FMS altitude over here on the side of magenta. So I'm wondering, once we start descending, if it's going to put that 17,000 feet there, because that's like something that we have to be at. I'll get my USB and my headphones. Mind if I do, even though there's no seats back there. I watched Shutter Island, the movie, I think from 2010. I watched that thing for the first time today. Man, that movie was good as shit, man. I can't believe I've never seen that movie before. That movie was awesome. Good cast, too. Real good cast. Yeah, that movie was dope as hell, man. Watched 1917 last night. That movie was okay. I thought it was going to be a little different. But I mean, it was decent. Good acting. Two boys. Well, I guess they're men. The two young guys that were like the two main characters. Pretty much the whole movie. They did a really good job doing their parts, man. It's pretty good. We got a couple of minutes until we start descending. I would say the next minute and a half, we should see a vertical, deviation type indicator starting showing up here, kind of like a glide scope. Usually what shows up when we start a VNAV descent. Thinking about maybe making it snowy and landing, but I don't want to do anything that could like mess the screens up. I don't know what. Obviously, the world scenery has something to do with it, but like I don't want to like mess with anything else. It's pretty exciting that I could finally fly this plane. I don't. Some of the planes that have like the manual dials, end screens. Like if those screens go out, it's not that big of a deal because you can use the manual instruments to land the plane. As long as you have what you need programmed first. Like in the which plane am I thinking of that the screens went out? I think it was like the Bay 146, right? Their screens, their screens in there, digital screens. We have traffic? Sure do. Here's our vertical deviation. It's getting ready to come down. Anyways, like that Bay 146 is not that big of a deal because even though like the digital screens went out and the program, the like VOR and ILS frequencies, that's digital in that airplane, but I had everything programmed in first. So when the screens went out at 11,000 feet during my descent, I still landed the plane because I still had manual dials for the localizer and Horizon and things like that. So, all right, we are on our way down. That is excellent. Oh yeah, see, it does have the 17,000 then from our flight plan. It's after 17,000. 13,000. So let's program that in now. So before you know it, we'll be at 17,000, and we're going to need to go down again. Check out the METAR for the area. Crazy, the temperature is the same in Denver, and it's the same altimeter. Interesting. That I don't believe. Let's see what Navigraph says is the METAR for Denver right now. Yeah. According to Navigraph, it's 29.71. Not 30, but... good. Maybe now that we're contacting Denver, maybe we'll have a different METAR. I thought there was a way to check the METAR on the weather page here. Oh, no shit. See, I said 29.71. We're going to have to plug that in like real soon. Landing real soon. All right, let's switch over to $971. We need to be at 17,000 feet at Larks, which it looks like we're going to be. And we need to be at 13,000 feet. So now we're beginning our approach. Oh, no, not yet. We're making the turn to our approach. Eldora is the first waypoint on the approach. How far is Eldora? 18. Yeah, see, we need to be at 13,000 feet. We need to go down. Let's turn off the... Oh, did it pick up the 13,000? Okay, now it picked up 13,000. So let's click VNAV now. And we can put them to auto throttle again. Altitude. And let's see what happens when the vertical deviator comes down. 12 miles to go like 3,000 feet. That shouldn't take long, so. Okay, there's the top of our descent right there. All right, cool. do need to slow down to 210 knots though, so let's see when it's going to start doing that. Alright, very good. We're descending now. Then we have 11,000, 12,000. I think I'm just going to plug in 7,000 after that because 7,000 is our capture point. But we do have a hard 10,000 there at Merkel. Yeah, but that's part of it. Okay. So Merkel is only 4 miles, so we need to be at 9,000 feet. So, all right, yeah, let's plug in 7,000 feet. There we go. We slowed down to 210. Very good. Turn on some icing. And once we make this turn here, I'm going to go ahead and then put us in, change our CDI and put us in localizer mode so we can start trying to begin to capture the, we're trying to capture the glide scope. Alright, let's wait until we make this final turn. We can see the glide scope is actually starting to show up the localizer. Those dotted lines, that's our BRG thing that we have here, the bearing for nav1. So that's starting to line up. That's excellent. So let's go into heading mode right now. Let's switch. Ahead and go this way. Why is our course fucked up? I put in, hold on a second. Let me pause this because I know I programmed in 353. I mean, you guys watched me do it. And it's got the 111.9. Oh, I know why it's doing that. It's picking up a different glide scope. That's what it's doing. It's picking up another from another airport because it has. Okay, so if you look here, it has IDQQ. Well, we're supposed to be IDXU. So I'm wondering if it's picking up what happened last time I flew to Denver. Like I was landing on runway like 17, right? But it was actually picking up the localizer for 34 left. So that was a different plane though. So all right, let's click nav after the localizer. We'll leave this thing in vertical path right now. Come over here and go to performance. Set up our speed bugs for landing. That's it. Alright, let's click approach because our glide scope is starting to show up. Now, if we don't start slowing down by the time we get to, like, I don't know, 12, 13 miles, then I'll take ourselves out of this auto throttle mode. Ourselves out of this clip. There we go. Glide scope is now captured. Let's see what happens when we get to the next waypoint, what our speed does. Still 210. All right. Let's continue to see what happens. Yeah, we're coming in too hot. All right, let's turn off the... Let's lower our speed here. How do we lower our speed? I wonder if it has anything to do with this button here. Oh, it might be this button here. Down to like 150. There we go. Does this thing tell us our flap speeds? Sure does. So let's go 140 then. show one. Let's put some landing lights on. Put our landing gear down. Let's bring this pig down to 100. Flaps 1. Oh, not that. Flaps 1. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm talking about. Let's wait till the very last. Hey, they came back on. Just long enough to screw up the landing. All right. Well, we don't need those to land. We'll be okay. Strange that they kicked off and then kicked right back on. All good though. I guess I should line up with the runway, right? I don't even know what the hell I was looking at just now. Oh, we're on the ground. That's right. That was a pretty good landing, actually. I don't know if there's a way to review that. Is there a way to go back? I don't think there is. I thought there was a way to see it again, but maybe not. Or camera, maybe? Nah. All right, well, whatever. All right, well, we're here. We landed. That's a good thing. Screen stayed on almost the whole time, man. I think that was very successful. You know, it was very strange that they kicked off last minute, but they did come back on. What time it be? It's kind of late for me to do another flight tonight. I might do another one. I might do something quick. I don't know. We'll see. If not, I'll definitely be back tomorrow. For sure, tomorrow night we're going to do something fun. I am in the middle of trying to review the new Aerofly as well. I can tell you right now, I really need to wait until it comes out on iOS because both of my tablets still run Aerofly at like 20 frames a second, and I refuse to play it. The little bit that I did see, the graphics look a little cleaner. There's definitely more options with, like backing out of the gate and flight planning and things like that. There's, the new 737, which is awesome. I do not like how I'll save it for my review. Anyways, that's about it for this episode of the Airplane Show. Put this Cirrus G2 bird back on the ground, and I think it was successful. So thanks for stopping by tonight. I certainly appreciate it. Please click subscribe, click the like button, do all that good stuff. Help me out. I certainly do appreciate it. And that's it. I will see y'all